What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Labor Day Monday edition of the Daily Juice podcast. I'm your host, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt, following a massive Sunday and one of the best weeks we have had in 2024. I'll have to go and pull the numbers as to whether or not that was the most profitable week we have had in 2024. But man alive, we did well. Yesterday, golf came in huge for us. You look at the recap, USC outright, plus 4.5. Morikawa over Xander, we get that easily. M over Oberg, that came in easily. Lowry, birdie on 18, big boy. Gets into the top 10 for us with that birdie on 18 on the last hole of the tournament. Adam Scott was tremendous. He comes in top 10. We missed on the Oberg top 5, but we got it back with the M over Finau 4-round bet on that. By my count, that is up 5.16 units for the day Sunday, and we're up 7.5 units basically for last week, which is an extremely profitable week. Now, that's my math. Let's see what the actual math might be, because I'm not good at math half the time. So that's my count that I hit. We won about 7.5 units last week, but golf was extremely profitable for us. We'll go, I think that put us up for the PGA Tour season. I think it put us up around 8 units for the year in the PGA, and most of that came late. We did really good with the FedEx Cup playoffs. I'm actually really bummed out that it's over, because we really capitalized well on the run, on the stretch run for the shrinking of the field. You could see the courses. You could get some nice data. You can take a look at some of the things that were put up there. So made it a little bit of an easier handicap for golf, but that's really pretty cool to come in with that. So hopefully you guys trailed this week. And we did really well in college football. We get the USC game pretty, right on. Game went under like I thought. USC in the under. Dog in the under. I didn't bet the under. I should have trusted myself more with that. I didn't bet the under, but we just took USC. And this is sort of a standing, somebody asked me this in the Discord channel, but the standing bet is 10% of your wager whenever I bet a dog. All right? If I'm taking a dog, that means I think the dog can win the game outright. So it's worth, if you bet $100, put $10 on the dog. Okay? Just put $10. And it cashes more often than not, especially when it's a low number. That number closed at 4. The steam came in on USC. LSU has now lost 5 consecutive season openers, and Brian Kelly continues to be Brian Kelly. Awesome football game. USC's got a defense. We told you about that brand new defensive staff, and they played well. First drive, tough. Bend, don't break defense. Got to the red zone, they stiffened, and they held on 4th down. That was the sign of, okay, 9-minute drive, no points. Under was the play there. 67 was way too high, came nowhere close. It fell 47 there in a 27-20 victory for the UFC Trojans. And the UFC Trojans now can look ahead to a Big Ten schedule with a big win over an SEC team already. Let's see. We talked a lot about the other teams in the Big Ten, Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, who looked good. If they get 4, could that 4th team be Lincoln Riley's USC Trojans? Because they need a big season. Quarterback play was good. Running back play was good. I was pretty impressed with USC's first game of the season here in week number 1. But before we get to the plays today, one college football game to bet on, the last game of week 1. And then we'll get to 2 baseball plays happening here today as well. But you guys went bonkers for this, so I want to make sure that we get ourselves up here with the way that you guys win this DeAndre Swift autographed jersey. We had nearly 100 comments on yesterday's video on just YouTube alone, which is just a tremendous number. It was super cool to see. If you guys want a shot at winning this jersey, it's really, really easy to do so. You're going to go and you're going to first thank our friends at pristineauction.com for this if you win it. But to win it, you just subscribe to the BettingPros YouTube channel. Just hit subscribe and then drop a comment. Any video, this video, any video. Hi, Matt. Matt, thanks for the bets. Matt, people were like, one guy was like, I've been betting it with you for a year. I fade you every week. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully I made you money over the last week. You faded me in July, I made you a lot of money. The August, not so much. June, not so much. this is what I tell you guys, right? I'm not going to win every week, not going to win every month. I won in June. I lost big in July. I won in August. Here we go into September with September the 2nd. Good start to the month. Drop that comment, and you are in for this DeAndre Swift, autographed jersey. Subscribe to the Betting Pros YouTube channel. Drop a comment, and we'll make you aware of this here later on this month. So make sure you turn on the notifications so you can know when the videos are up, and you can know if you have been the lucky recipient of the autographed DeAndre Swift Bears jersey for us this month of September here for the Daily Juice. All right, let's start talking about the one game that's taking place in college football tonight. Florida State, fresh off their loss to Georgia Tech, up against Boston College. New head coach in Boston College in Bill O'Brien, Andover, Mass native, my hometown. Former Patriot offensive coordinator, former head coach at Penn State, former offensive coordinator at Alabama, and a guy who was the head coach of the Texans and has bounced around, and he decided to take a job with Boston College. BC couldn't score last year. They ran the ball and they played defense. Offense was anemic. BC is not a good football program. They haven't been for a while. They got a quarterback who can run, but Bill O'Brien wants to throw. So if you go back to Bill O'Brien's offenses at Penn State, they were normally pretty balanced. But Bill O'Brien's going to need a lot of help to recruit to a place that nobody wants to play. Boston College is a program where it's an academic school. It's a great school. My father went there. I'm a fan of Boston College. But dating back to the Doug Flutie days, this is not a college football program that really has a ton of athletes. They produce some, Matty Ice, decent running backs, some good wideouts, Zay Flowers. They can produce some good players at times. But this is a Florida State team that was picked to win the ACC because they are big, strong, and physical, and they did not play well in week one. They've been pissed off and angry, and Mike Norvell has had that entire flight back to the States from Dublin to stew on that loss to Georgia Tech. This line opened at 21. 21. And it sat there for months. FSU loses to Georgia Tech on a neutral, and this number's down to 16. This is a massive overreaction. Like a massive overreaction. Florida State is not going to struggle, in my opinion, with Boston College. BC might score, but BC's not going to stop Florida State, especially because I assume that they're going to have DJ Ugalele, DJU, run the ball more. He's not a passer, Mike Norvell. He can run the football. Have him run the ball. I expect them to do that tonight. I expect team total is 33.5 for Florida State. They're going to score 31. All right? How many points is BC going to score? Team total, I believe, is 13, if my memory serves me correctly. I mean, we've got a total of 49 here in this game. Maybe it's 16. Yeah, it's probably 16. Yeah. 33 and 16. Yeah, that's your 16.5 for BC team total. I lean towards the under. This feels like a 34-13 final, okay? This feels like a walk in the park destruction by 3 touchdowns for Florida State. I just don't give BC much of a chance. I think there's a big overreaction going on here. Still think Florida State's going to be one of the better teams in the ACC. Big adjustments from week 1 to week 2. I don't think BC's offense is fixed, even with Bill O'Brien running it. They need help. They need time. It's going to be a long project for Bill O'Brien to get good players into Boston College. I'm going to lay the 16 points here. Florida State minus 16 for 1.1 units. Okay. Bet number 2, we're going to the Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles are a really, really interesting study at the moment. The Orioles go to Colorado and they win 2 of 3. They lost 2 of 3 to the Dodgers. They split with the Astros. They are in an absolute dogfight with the New York Yankees. 79 and 58 Yankees, 79 and 59 Orioles. The White Sox at home. This is a must-destroy team, okay? They need to take them behind the woodshed and beat the living crap every game out of the White Sox, who now have 107 losses. They set the record for the most losses in team history yesterday. The White Sox are absolutely horrible. We know this. The number is ridiculous. It's minus 165 on the run line. The run line is minus 165. It's minus 380 on the money line. The total is 8.5. The only way you can really bet this is to bet the over. The Orioles have played 4 games at Chicago against the White Sox. 8-6, 6-4, 5-3, 4-1. 2-2 with a total of 8.5. Chris Flexen's going for the White Sox. Every White Sox pitcher besides one in Garrett Crochet is awful. This guy actually has been okay, but he's lost, every game he has pitched this season except for 2, which is incredible. He's been pitching since the 1st of April, but when the team has 107 losses, 3 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 4 earned runs, no earned runs, and 6 earned runs in the month of August. He gave up 15 earned runs in 22 innings worth of work. That's not horrific, considering that the fact that you could, put in a parlay piece, put the Orioles, run line piece, put the Orioles. But Corbin Burnes is an interesting look because Corbin Burnes, 6-4, 6-0, 12-10, 7-5, 9-5. He gave up 21 earned runs in 25 and 2/3 innings worth of work. I mean, that's like Chris Flexen, right? This game's 8.5. Total's 8.5. I think the only way to play this game, the Orioles at home are an absolute juggernaut to go over. Their games going back here for a while. You look at this, just the offense that's been scored here for the Orioles. Go back to the game against the Mets. 4-3, 9-5, 4-3, 6-0, 7-5, 3-2, 6-3, 3-2, 6-4, 6-3, 5-3, 7-5, 6-1. I don't mind team total Orioles here in this game, but these guys have played. I think we're going to have offense here. We know what the Orioles do at home. We know how they score at home. We know what they are from an over perspective at home. They're just one of the teams that you look at and you're going to want to back them as much as possible when it comes to totals. The Orioles on the year are 75, 54, and 9 to the over. That's a 58.1% clip. The Orioles at home have been a team that they're a better road team to the over, but at home they're 34, 29, and 6. That's 54% of the time to the over. And the White Sox are just an awful baseball team. They just can't really score. And when they're under on the road, 32-30 and 4 to the over, to the under at home, on the under on the road, I don't care here. It's Flexen, it's Burnes. I think both teams score. We're going over 8.5 for the Orioles and the White Sox. And finally, Pirates and the Cubs. It's Jared Jones against Jameson Taillon. The hottest team in baseball, the Chicago Cubs. Chicago Cubs, I mean, it's unbelievable what they're doing right now. Our win total of 84.5 is actually live as we start September. It's not impossible for them. They have 71 wins. We need 14 more wins for the Cubs. That's not impossible. The Cubs they've won 6 in a row. If you go back, they've won 9 of 10. They're hot. Dating back to that last game against the Tigers, 10-2, 6-3, 14-2, 7-2, 18-8, 9-5, 14-10, 7-6, 5-3, 14-1. They swept the Pirates. They swept the Nationals, and now they have the Pirates at home. The Cubs have scored 99 runs in their last 10 games. That's the most they've done so in the last 100 years. Cubs offense is on fire. Pirates stink. They're dead. We know this. Jones isn't bad, but how many innings is Jared Jones going to go here? Young pitcher, 23 years of age. They're not going to let him go more than 4 innings, okay? Pitched against the Cubs at home back last Tuesday. 4 innings, 5 earned runs in a 9-5 loss. I'm not saying that Jameson Taillon's an amazing pitcher here, but this Cubs offense is so hot. I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to take the Cubs on the run line. You get plus money. You're getting good plus money on this. It's actually kind of surprising how much money we're getting with this. We're getting plus 160 on the Cubs run line because they think Jones is a good pitcher. I don't understand it at all. I'm going run line, 1 unit, Cubs run line at plus 160. All right. 3 bets for us here today. We're going Florida State minus 16 for 1.1 units. Cubs run line plus 160 for 1 unit. Orioles White Sox over minus 110, 1.1 units down on that. Thank you to all of you guys who jumped in on the Daily Juice Saturday morning chat. That was really cool to have that on Saturday. We did that. We'll keep going with that coming up next week. Thursday, announcement time. Thursday, for those of you who waited to the end of this podcast. Thursday, 1/2 hour before kickoff for the Thursday night football game. Every week, live on our YouTube channel, I will host a 30-minute live Thursday night football kickoff show. The title's still being worked out, but put it in your schedule. We'll be live on this YouTube channel for 30 minutes every Thursday before the Thursday night football game for last-minute picks and plays coming up on Thursday. Prop bets and other things that I like that we'll be betting coming up for Thursday night football. Looking forward to seeing and hearing from you guys. We'll do some live questions. It's just me. So if you guys want to get into the live chat, we'll throw up the live chat. We'll have a lot of fun stuff, going with this here for us, where I can take questions from the audience on Thursday, 1/2 hour. Told you, more bells and whistles. Me joining Betting Pros full time. We got more stuff to throw at you. Discord channels back every Saturday. Thursday, we've got week 1 to be broken down for the first game, Ravens and the Chiefs, coming up on Thursday. And the Sunday morning live stream comes back as well. More on that, but mark that down as well. We'll get into that coming up on Sunday with Erickson and Fitzmaurice and a bunch of cast of characters coming back for our Sunday live stream. It's football season, boys and girls. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of good stuff to give you guys from a content perspective here with Betting Pros. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning. The Daily Juice presented by BettingPros.com.